Good afternoon. I'm having a look at the free online interactive star map at neave.com/planetarium. When you first open the program, a title page comes up with a Start Exploring button. I'm going to hit the button, and when you hit the button for the first time, I think this location menu comes up. And you can basically put the location wherever you click the map. So I'm somewhere in Illinois, so I'll put it right there. If you'd rather have it extremely exact, you can push the Set to My Location button, and in general, if you haven't already done so, you will be asked for permission from the application to access your location. So then we'll click Done, and now let's look around. There's a time and date. There is the location button, constellations. First I'll hit the constellation button. You'll see that the constellations go away. So right now we are looking from Macomb at the eastern horizon on October 13th at around midnight. If I click on the screen, notice that the controls at the bottom disappear, but I can rotate my view. By clicking again, I can stop the rotation and bring the controls back. Let's turn on the constellations here and look for some identifiable features. Here to the right is the celestial North Pole, and here to the left is the constellation Cygnus. You can see the name of any star and what constellation it is in by hovering the mouse over the star. It also tells you the magnitude of the star and the celestial coordinates, right ascension and declination. Might be worth noting that this area between Cygnus and Lyra contains almost all of the planets known outside of our solar system, and almost all of those planets have been discovered since 2010 by a single probe called. So looking on this map, that appears right here between the star Cygnus, or from the Cygnus constellation and the Cygnus, I gotta stop clicking, and the Vega, which is constellation Lyra. Now, another thing to note is that the celestial North Pole here is constellation Ursa Minor is right at 89 degrees declination. That is almost 90, so right here is the 90-degree declination point. What this Ursa Minor will do over the course of the day is rotate around so that over a course of 24 hours it will rise in the east and set in the west. Rise in the east and set in the west. So you will also notice if you follow that down, that will lie directly north of you all night. So let's check that. As we go forward in time by hours, it goes around rising in the east and setting in the west. Okay, there appear to be two meteor showers coming up in October. One of them is called the Draconid, and it comes up October 8th and 9th. And the other one is called the Orionid, and it is coming up on October 20th and October 21st. So let's locate Draco the Dragon on October 8th through 9th. Draco is at 17 hours right ascension and 65 degrees declination. So let's see about using this as our map. Here is, what is this, 8 hours, 15 hours, and 17, almost 17 hours. So we're looking for Draco somewhere down this way, and there it is, 17 hours, 41 minutes. So we would, and let's change the date on this to October 8th, which I believe is up. October 8th. Oh boy, I'm changing the month, aren't I? Okay, October 8th. No wonder they were moving so far. So yeah, it'll just be coming from, basically from the north on those days, which is right over there on the northern horizon. So they should streak over the sky from north to south, basically. There's one little problem though. While we're watching meteors come streaking from north to south from Draco, there's a big competitor over here lighting up the skies called the Moon. The Moon will be quite full on October 8th through 9th, making meteor shower viewing a little less seemingly spectacular. So let's locate Orion on October 20th, 18th, 19th, 20th. Orion's right ascension is 5 hours, and it is almost right on the equator at declination 5 degrees. That means it's not visible at all times of night. Now you can almost use the celestial North Pole as a clock in itself. Over here is the 18 hour. Over here must be like the 12 hour. And so somewhere in between the 6 hours. So over here is the 5 hour area. So if we come down almost opposite there, we should see something resembling the Orion over here. Actually, right here is Pleiades. This is a very interesting constellation, and it looks particularly beautiful through binoculars. Because while there are about 7 or 8 stars that you can see there with your bare eyes, when you look at them through binoculars, you can see like about 100 of them. So it does not look like Orion has come up yet. So I will let a few hours pass by, and you will see Orion come up somewhere over here. There he is. So Orion will rise around almost about 11 o'clock. He'll come up on October 20th. And anyway, this is the region where those asteroids will be showing up on that date. So on that night, we should be expecting to see a meteor shower flying from east to west across the sky. And one last thing, we want to check the status of the moon if we can find it. If it's not out, that probably means it's new. It's also just about 2 weeks from the 8th and 9th, right? So it probably is not out at all now. And it's going to be over there next to the sun and not being very noticeable. So this would be a good night to do some star viewing, probably. Although that's a Monday. If we wanted to back it off to a Sunday, we could go back to the 19th of October.